Oh, Brennan Brown. Oh, she got some no risk, no risk, no story, no risk, no glory. Anyway, man, I just woke from a nap. I was just about to head out and take baby boy out, let him go potty real quick. And then something that I've been thinking about off and on. Girl, hold on. Sleepy fog? Yeah. Something I've been thinking about off and on came to my mind. Um, yeah, something I've been thinking about off and on for the last few weeks came to my mind. Maybe the last few months. And it's just something that never came to my mind as something to just share. Because I be thinking about all kind of stuff all the time. But here it is. Hey, I was wondering, why do people be speaking in tongues? You know, when people speak in tongues, I thought that was crazy my whole life. Like, speaking in tongues for what? And it be sounding all crazy. And sometimes the lingo be all sounding like something, an alien is coming out their throat. And I thought, why do people be speaking in tongues? What is the purpose of it? And why do it even matter? And it seems like it's crazy. And guess what? Don't worry about that. I'm looking pretty puffy. I just woke up. I literally just turned over like, oh, let me take baby outside. Hey, so this is what I heard. He said people speak in tongues because it's almost like, it's so cool, man, how this be coming through. He said the reason speaking in tongues work is that it's a way to communicate with your higher self, with your divine self, your inner being, your inner child, God, your Christ consciousness. It's a way to communicate with your Christ consciousness without your egoic personality trying to intercept that shit. Oh, fuck. I was like, for real, God? You lying. What you mean? What you mean, though? He was like, yeah, because see, essentially, what you praying for, anything that you want in your life, and anything you want in your life that you hoping take place in your life at whatever juncture, whatever timeline you hoping to come into fruition. At the end of the day, how you manifest and bring things into your reality and ground whatever it is that's on your heart that you've been praying about, you ground things and bring it into fruition through your feelings. So that's the connection you have with the things that's in the ethers or in your mind that you're trying to ground into this reality. Life is it's a consciousness thing and it's a feeling thing. So when he explained to me that the reason speaking in tongues work, and you see people eventually, maybe whatever they've been praying about coming to fruition, is that when you speak in tongues, it's a way to bypass the way your egoic personality, your conscious mind, your programmed mind, it'll try to intercept what it is you're trying to ground and bring to fruition through your feelings. Because when you speak it, like for real, when you speak in tongues, now I just did this as an example, because like when that Cambodian dude taught me them 3 Arabic words, which I might not be saying them the best, but when he taught me what Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Inshallah meant, them 3 Arabic words, and how initially he explained to me that Bismillah in some way, shape, or form, it got something to do with, it's almost like before you pray, you know, they say pray before you eat your food, you say grace, and you just praying any negative energy off the food, you praying that, you know, the meal that you're about to consume, that the sacrifice of the life of the meat that you're about to put in your mouth to nourish your vessel, you just thanking God and you just praying for it to all just nourish your vessel for its highest good and just be good for you overall. That word Bismillah. So instead of saying a long ass prayer, when he explained to me that that's what that word meant, and I believe him for whatever reason, because my dad used to talk like that and say them words. I haven't like officially looked it up, but the way he explained it, Bismillah means praying over your food. So that me now, at least in my mind, knowing what that word means, the feeling that word elicits in me when I say it, at least with my awareness right now, the level where I'm at of what I believe it to mean when it comes to blessing your food, it's a lot of feeling and energy to go into that word. Like if I just say like Bismillah before I eat, that means, so he explained to me that speaking in tongues is almost similar. It's about the feeling. And sometimes if you're speaking in tongue, it's your logical, analytical mind know your English language. So it's hard to say something with your mouth sometimes in your normal, natural words and lingo that is something positive without your logical, egotistical program self trying to shut that shit down. So but when you speak in tongues, guess what? You bypassing your egoic subconscious mind ability to sabotage that thing, whatever that thing you praying about. So then, you know, you be speaking in tongues, even though it never made sense to me when I was young. And I used to thought people who did that was crazy. Now it makes sense. Because, you know, when people be speaking in tongues, sometimes, even if you don't be knowing what the hell they be saying. But it can just hit different. You feeling some kind of energy coming off of them weird ass sounding words. But that's because sometimes that's a way to confuse the devil, meaning your logical, analytical mind and a lot of the disempowering ways that you think, and the way your logical mind, it can hear something good, but it'll be like, yeah, right. That's a lie. I don't believe that. That's bullshit. Speaking in tongues is a way to bypass that part of your personality being able to do that to you. So you be feeling good. You get that in your spirit. You get, what they say, you get hit with the Holy Spirit and you get all anointed in that moment and start speaking like that. You revved up. You on fire. You on fire in a divine way. And speaking in tongues and keeping that flame burning and it get brighter and brighter and brighter. That's a way to outsmart the goddamn devil. And that's what he said. So speaking in tongues ain't even crazy. But I thought I was coming up as a kid. And ain't nobody never explained that to me. And I imagine there wasn't really nobody around who could explain that to me, because my dad was Muslim and my mom, I thought when I was little, I think she was Baptist or something. And then later in life, she started studying with a Jehovah's Witness. So their religions was different, but they coexisted. They weren't together. But so I really didn't have nobody who would even care to explain that to me. But I always thought people who spoke in tongues, that was something crazy. I did not understand why talking in gibberish and making them noises matter. But now I get it. He said that's the way to trick. That's the way to trick and outsmart your logical mind. Because your logical mind know English. Your logical mind know English. You've been programmed. So to say a prayer sometimes, unless you get revved up by a pastor or something you might have watched in that same time, or something hype you up, your logical mind always trying to shut some shit down, even if it's something that's good. Because your logical mind don't want to be reprogrammed. Your logical mind is feeling like I'm good the way I am. Your logical, analytical mind, your programmed self do not want to go through no goddamn ego, death, spiritual awakening. It don't want to go through that. It just want to stay the same. It's fighting to keep you the same. And so sometimes the only way to curb that fool, you got to speak in tongues. They say, oh, that's powerful. That's smart. And I don't know what the origin is of speaking in tongues, but somebody knew that way back there in our ancient history. And it's always been a mystery to me. And I could be wrong the way I'm explaining it. It's a way to bypass the logical mind and try to intercept your connection, your inner divine connection. When you in a moment and you on fire, your logical mind try to shut that shit down, shut fun down, shut shut that connection that, when you be on fire like that, it'll try to shut it down. They don't want to deal with that. But I said, wherever the origin is of what speaking in tongues, although, I could be wrong, but I feel in my heart, I'm right. I'm on to something with that. It's a way to bypass that logical mind, because your ego be loud as hell and it's always talking shit. But guess what? You don't know this language. You can just stump right now and throw that shit in your ass. Whatever the fuck you gotta do. But you know the feeling, what you feeling. I don't give a damn what you hear out your own ear or what somebody hear you saying. It sounds stupid, but you can. I got a motherfucker, and you connecting to something. You connecting to God. You connecting to your inner flame that lighten you, that your ego mind can't touch, because it don't even know what the hell you saying. That's so slick and that's so smart. So I just wanted to get that out, because that was just something that came to my mind. I said, ooh. And that's what God said. It's a method to my madness. Ain't nothing wasted. And some of the shit he had you do be being looking outlandish and weird, like speaking in tongues, especially somebody who don't know nothing about why people do it. I didn't know that. But it be working. He said he gonna use all that. He don't do nothing for nothing. That's why you gotta just follow him down. He had you doing all kind of weird shit. But it be looking weird, but it be you be on a whole nother. Anyway, I love y'all. Let me go take this dog out. But I had to get it out. So that's why people be speaking in tongues, as far as the download that came into me. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And if so, I don't even care. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm open to hear whatever somebody can look up. But that was just what came out of my heart up into my consciousness. That's what dropped down on me. So that's a good way to trick that mother and shut him down, because he can't intercept it. You know what I mean? He can't, because he don't know the language. That's just like if somebody tell you a couple of words in a foreign language and you taking them for face value for what they say them words mean, them three words in a foreign language. So you incorporate them three words some kind of way into your daily life, and it elicit a feeling in you, a positive feeling in you connected to whatever it is you want to connect them three words to. yet believe me, it's working for you. That's going to be beneficial as hell, because your logical mind cannot intercept and make you think otherwise, at the contrast to what beautiful meaning you gave to those 3 foreign words, just hypothetically. I'm just saying. So that's how I be working. But somebody knew that way back there. I don't know what the history is of speaking in tongues, but somebody knew that. Because how did that get carried like that? Unless people were just blindly just continuing to speak in tongues, not really caring or being curious about why we do it. That is possible. But either way, it's a good strategy. It's a good tactic as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's just something to think about. It's just interesting. And I don't know, it just came to my head. So I just wanted to share. Anyway, I'm gone. Okay, bye. I love y'all. Bye.